4 students in Egypt have been arrested for doing the Harlem Shake in public. They were apparently accused of a scandalous act because they were in their underwear when they were doing the Harlem Shake. Now, of course, they have very strict laws in Egypt when it comes to indecency, and they considered that indecent. So these pharmaceutical students were arrested, which makes me so happy that I'm living in the United States and not in Egypt. And that's not to put Egypt down in any way, shape, or form, but really, you're going to arrest these innocent students because they're in their underwear dancing. Sure, they might be gyrating, they might be humping the air, but that's what the Harlem Shake is all about. The Harlem Shake is about freedom. Anyway, but there are other members of the Egyptian community that have done the Harlem Shake and they haven't gotten arrested for it. In fact, I found one online that I kind of liked, so let's take a quick look at it.
Con los terroristas.
He is not kidding around with that company.
By the way, that's a little indecent, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm feeling uncomfortable. That's actually a pretty good. I love the Obama down in the bottom right.
What I love about it is you can watch it over and over again, and you can focus on a different person each time.
There's a Minecraft creeper sort of in the background. Yeah, that one was pretty good.
You know what that is? That's globalization.
I guess. Okay.
No. Something you know, gets created in Australia, and then all of a sudden it has a global impact. You're seeing people in Egypt make these videos. People in the United States make these.
People in Culver City.
People in Culver City, like I don't know, some company called the Young Turks.
Ours is pretty good.
Con los terroristas.
Every time I watch it, I like it more and more.
Ricky did such a good job.
He did an amazing job. Timo hat. Mark wasn't there yet. I didn't. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Ours was awesome.
My favorite part is Elle. What is she doing to the stuffed animal?
She's getting very familiar with that stuffed animal. That would be a scandalous act in Egypt. But also, what angers me about this is that Egypt and other societies like this, like the increasingly traditionally Islamic societies, because Egypt historically was not always this Islamic. If you go back to the 70s and earlier, like it was a fairly secular society, at least compared to today. So they're so worried about public appearances. And fundamentally, the Harlem Shake, like, it's not really about trying to get 1 million views. Like, there are 50,000 different Harlem Shakes. Most of them got 10 views or something like that. It's not even about putting on an amazing performance. It's about getting together some of your friends or close coworkers and having fun. It's not about the finished product. It's about the process that gets you to the finished product. And the authorities completely miss that. They don't fundamentally care
about that. All they care about is making sure that people are as covered up as possible in Egypt. Look, Egypt's going through many trials and tribulations right now, especially with their new government. It's a scary time for the people of Egypt because they don't want, you know, this extremist taking over, and there are questions about whether or not it's turning into like this Islamic country, and you know it kind of is. Thankfully, the people are, you know, protesting it and trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. But it's ridiculous to arrest 4 innocent people just because they're having fun and they're in their underwear.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd have to see a picture to know how offensive the actual guys in the underwear were. But anyway, the one at the pyramids I thought was fine.
Yeah, like, what would they have to be wearing for you to think it's offensive?
The G-string, and they could be massively overweight or something. I don't know if I'd want to walk, you know, through the square seeing that.
Nah.
What if they're like in a bazaar, like some dude's trying to sell spices and they're like gyrating right next to it?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Are you not merciful?
Well, as long as they're not touching the guy or harassing the guy. If the guy says, like, get away from me, don't touch me, and they're still doing it, then of course, then you get arrested for that.
Yeah.
But you get arrested for harassment, right? But if you're just like having fun with the Harlem Shake and you're wearing your underwear, who cares?
You know what's ironic, actually, is we've been covering this the whole time. Can you go to the two-shot? Our master graphic, way more offensive than what they were doing in Egypt. Like, people could actually legitimately be offended by that.
Harlem Shake.
Very good job, Ali. Very good.